Man, yesterday's loss to the Detroit Lions just keeps getting worse and worse. When it rains, it pours. An injury update just came out for now Romeo Doubs, Packers wide receiver, who we saw leave after the first play of the game, that deep dig to end the 16-yard reception where his ankle got rolled up on. This update was just put out a minute ago by Ian Rappaport, and it states, Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs has a high ankle sprain, source said. Those are generally 4 to 6 week injuries, though further tests will determine the time frame, but another target for Aaron Rodgers to miss time. And these Packers injuries just keep piling on to what was, a loss already yesterday, pushing the Packers to 3-6, but all these injuries are much bigger of a loss. Rashawn Gary tore his ACL, out for the season. Aaron Jones' ankle isn't seemed to be something significant and even has a chance to play this week against the Cowboys. So I guess that is some of the silver lining news out of all of these injuries. But as we see here, Romeo Doubs likely out for the next at least 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. And we haven't even heard from Eric Stokes yet on what that injury was. But he was also seen with a walking boot and crutches in the locker room after the game, as was Romeo Doubs. And just about everything for the Green Bay Packers has gone wrong this season, from the offense not performing, Davante Adams getting traded, the defense not living up to their expectations, and the Packers losing 5 games straight, and now all these injuries. Like I said, when it rains, it pours. And Romeo Doubs had a bright start to his rookie season, a 4th rounder who pretty much got thrown into stardom due to all the injuries and his success as well. Was 3rd on the Packers receiving chart, just 1 yard behind Robert Tonyan with 314 yards on 31 receptions, Allen Lazard being number 1. And I really liked what I've seen from him so far. Really liked his route running ability, his ability to create separation. Obviously, we've seen all the injuries with Christian Watson, the multiple hamstring injuries, the leg injury, now the multiple concussions. The Packers wide receiver room just cannot stay healthy. And even when they are, it's Sammy Watkins who does absolutely nothing. We see Randall Cobb is already on IR, who has to be out for the next, I think, at least 2 weeks. So he's not going to be able to play against the Cowboys or the Titans. And he also has high ankle sprains. Who knows when he'll be back and ready to play even at that. So that leaves the Green Bay Packers with a banged up Allen Lazard with a shoulder injury, who's basically playing on one arm and still leading the Packers and still the most consistent Packers wide receiver. Sammy Watkins, who, averaged maybe 1 catch for 3 yards a game. Samori Toure, who I've really liked so far, and I think he should start this week. I think he should be the outside wide receiver number 2 next to Allen Lazard. Bench Sammy Watkins. He has done absolutely nothing. Samori Toure looks great in the snaps he gets. Should have had a touchdown yesterday. Aaron Rodgers underthrew him. Post right up the middle, burned his guys, had an easy touchdown, again an underthrow, and then of course on that 4th down, great adjustment by Samori Toure, something you haven't seen the Packers wide receivers do so far this year, so really good to see him do that. I want to see him on the field more, and obviously I think he will with all these injuries. And then they have Amari Rodgers, who I've said time and time again should be getting snaps on offense, because obviously he's not a returner by any means. He's definitely not a punt returner, and the times he has been on offense, he has looked pretty good, so he'll definitely get a lot more snaps. They'll likely call up Juwan Winfrey, maybe even Travis Fulgham from the practice squad, but I haven't liked what I've seen from Juwan Winfrey. This dude gets so many chances, and yet still does nothing. Travis Fulgham once was, a great wide receiver on the Philadelphia Eagles, that short stint of weeks there, so maybe he could come up and provide for the Green Bay Packers, but man, this team is banged up going into this Cowboys game. Mike McCarthy returning to Lambeau, and this team is just a skeleton crew at this point. At 3-6, likely could go to 3-7 after this game, but it's going to be an interesting game, and what the Packers do at wide receiver and all the other positions they have injuries at going into this game and into the future. But yeah, not really much good news today in terms of injuries for the Green Bay Packers, especially here with Romeo Doubs with his high ankle sprain. He likely will be placed on IR, and we'll see a lot of these corresponding moves throughout the week, in my opinion. But that about does it for this video. I appreciate everyone watching. If you are new here, want more Packers news, analysis, and updates every single day, go down, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and turn on post notifications. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Packers.